Welcome to today's video where we'll be making the scoreboard display bar we made last video multiplayer compatible. So, the way we made this display bar last video is kind of a problem because it's not going to work very well on multiplayer servers. So, as you can see behind me, I have my alt account, which is holding 32 diamonds, and I'm holding 64 diamonds. So, I'm currently the one that's closest to these command blocks, so it's going to display my diamonds, but if I go behind my alt, it'll switch to 32 diamonds, as you can see. So this is a problem, as if you're in the multiplayer server, say you have this one player that's really far away all the time. Now, that player is pretty much never going to get their stats displayed, which can be an issue if your server needs to have the stat bar displaying everyone. So the way we can fix this is by making the command blocks kind of rotate which player it's displaying. So for a few seconds it could be displaying mine, and then it could be displaying my alt, and switch back and forth. So, what we can do to fix this problem is we're going to switch this command block to a chain command, and we're going to make a new one that's set to repeat, and we'll do /tag @r add, and then we'll put displaying. Set that to always active. And then at the end of this, we'll do /tag @a remove displaying, and set this to chain always active. And then in these middle commands, we'll change this to @a tag equals displaying. And so we'll just do this for the other two. Now, as you can see, it's now switching between the two accounts. But we have a new problem now, in that it's switching too fast for players to actually read it. So what we're going to do to fix this is we're going to make this command block only run every few seconds, which we're going to need to make some sort of timer to do that. So we can do /scoreboard objectives add timer and dummy, and then we'll do /scoreboard objectives add timer length and dummy. So what we're going to do is set the timer length scoreboard to how many seconds the timer is going to activate. So we can do /scoreboard players set, and we'll do another fake account, so we'll just call it timer length, and let's try to have this timer activate every 1 second. So there's 20 game ticks in a second, so we're going to put 20. And now what we can do is we can make two new command blocks. So what this command block is going to do is put /scoreboard players remove timer and 1, and we'll set this to repeat and always active. So what this command block will do is every tick it'll remove 1 from the timer scoreboard. And we're going to put a second one and set this to chain always active. And we'll do /execute if score timer matches 0 or less. And then we'll do run scoreboard players set. Well, actually not set. We'll do operation timer equals timer and timer length. And so if we do /scoreboard players get timer and timer, this will get the timer scoreboard, and it'll keep on going down and looping back to 20 every time it reaches 0. So now in this command block we can do /execute if score timer matches let's do 1. Run. And so now we've just made it so that this command block will only run every second. So you may notice we have yet another problem on our hands, which is that the display bar is only displaying the players in the server's inventory for a single tick, and then switching back to displaying 0 for everything, which obviously isn't ideal. So the reason this is happening is because while this repeating command block is set to only work every second, these other 4 command blocks only, well, they still work every tick. So what the command blocks are doing is, when this command block works, which is 1 time for every 20 times these command blocks work, it will allow these command blocks to find a player to store the items. But when this command block doesn't work, these can't find the player, as you can see here, and so it just sets it to 0. So normally an easy solution for this problem would be to just set this command block to conditional, which means it will check if the command block behind it was successful before running. But the problem is that we need all 4 of these to check if specifically this command block right here is successful before they can all run. And so setting all of these to conditional would make them check the command block behind it and check if that one works. So what we can do is actually switch these command blocks to a different command chain by taking their data, which, if any of you don't know, I'm actually using control and middle click to take the commands inside of these command blocks, and we'll just place it next to the other one. So now we can just destroy these, and we'll set the first command block to impulse and needs redstone. So now we can make a new command block over here, which we can put /setblock, and we'll do the coordinates of the new command chain that we just made. And we'll put the block 1 block behind it, so we can do 13, 56, and 14, and we'll do redstone block, and we'll set this to a chain always active, and conditional. So currently it's not setting any redstone blocks, which is because this command block can't actually add any tags to any players right now, because every player on the server already has a tag. So if I do /tag at a remove displaying, as you can see, it'll start setting the redstone block. So we're going to need another command block behind here, which would be /setblock and the chords we just used. So 13, 56, and 14, and we'll put error. Set that to chain, always active. And so if we destroy this redstone block and do the command again, then we can see that this display bar will start working correctly and display each player. So far we've managed to make this scoreboard display multiplayer compatible, but there's still some things we can do to improve it. So currently I have 3 of my alts onto this server, each with a different amount of diamonds in their inventories. So currently it's pretty hard to tell which player is being displayed by this scoreboard, which we can fix by having the player's name also be added to this scoreboard. So say if the scoreboard was displaying my stats, it would say my player's name on there. So in order to add this, what we need to do is first find the command block that removes all tags from the players. So I believe it's this one. So what we're going to do is copy this data and remove it. And we're going to take the command block that's ahead of it and just move it back. Because we always want this command block that removes the tags from the player to be after we display everything from that player. So what we're going to do is add another command block, and we're going to put scoreboard players reset at a display. So what this command block will do is it will remove all players' display scoreboard values. So we're going to set that to chain, always active, and we're going to set another command block which will say scoreboard players set at a tag equals displaying display, and we want this we want the player's name to always be the top thing in this list. So what we can do is we can set this to a big number, like let's do 10,000, because you can't hold 10,000 of any item in your inventory. So we'll do chain, always active, and finally we'll place down this command block which we picked up, which will remove the displaying tag from the player. So if we break this redstone block and we do /tag at a remove displaying, we can start this thing up again. And as you can see, it will now display the player's name that's being scored. So you may not want the title of your display bar to be display. You might want it to say maybe like items mined or something. So what you can do about that is type in /scoreboard objectives modify display name, and then this actually accepts a JSON text. So we'll just type in, let's say, text items mined. If we do that, it'll switch to items mined. So you can also change the color of this. So I can do color, and then let's do red to match the numbers on here. And I can also change the italics or bold or something. Bold, true. And so you can basically customize the title as much as you want. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, don't forget to like and sub, and I'll see you guys next time.